Welcome Cancer to your monthly reading, tarot reading for April 2023. Let's have a look at what energies surround you, what guidance Spirit wants to bring you and insights. This reading is for you if you are a Cancer, Sun, Moon or Rising. Let's get started. Okay, Cancer, we have the number 2 and presence. We have the Star, the 6 of Wands, the Magician, the King of Pentacles. We have values. We have 34 with the Hummingbird Spirit, be here now. And we have strength. So the overall energy for the month of February for you, Cancer, is presence. Now I'm getting this message as twofold. There is a sense of being present, so like the Hummingbird Spirit, be here now. So there's something about this present moment, this present time for you. And there's a real sense of, I got the word acknowledging that. So whatever that means to you, Cancer. But there's also this other very strong message coming through with this presence card. And that is the presence that is around you. And I'm really seeing this as like this, it looks like a temple to me that has been kind of split in half. And in doing so, it has opened a doorway. And I'm just really feeling with this presence card in your reading, Cancer, there's a sense here that things are now going to happen for you. That's pretty powerful, and that's, I just got this feeling, oh thank goodness, oh thank goodness. It's like, you know, I just got the universe is conspiring for your benefit. There's this sense of doors opening up, horizons opening up. I'm even seeing like portals and planes, like as in not like the aeroplane, but like different planes, different, what's the word I'm looking for, Spirit, to explain? It's almost like different timelines, different, oh, there's a word on the tip of my tongue. It will come to me, Spirit will give it to me when the minute I stop searching for it, the minute I stop fighting for it. But there's this sense that I really wanted to say just then, your life on earth won't be at all how it was. And that is most likely, Cancer, your perception. Because I feel like there's going to be this huge shift in your perception, and it has like this whoosh effect. I've been saying that a lot in my reading. I've been getting this whoosh energy. It's almost like we change a little thing in our life, a little part of ourselves, a belief. We change our perception, and suddenly it's like the dam opens up and whoosh, there's this flood of energy. And I'm really feeling that in your reading, Cancer. April is going to be a month of stepping forward, stepping up, stepping through. There's this sense that look at where you are right now when you hear this reading, Cancer. Because 4 weeks, a month down the track, you'll look back and you'll think, oh, I don't even know how that happened. I don't even know how my life changed so radically. And you're opening yourself up. You're opening up your perceptions. You're opening up your heart. You're opening up your mind. And everything opens up when we do that. Now, Cancer, is this an easy thing to do? No, 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 I don't believe it is. We can tell ourselves that we're open. We can tell ourselves that we've got a broad perspective of things, and but it's not just telling yourself these things or wanting it to be so. Our actions, our words, our thoughts have to align with that. So we can say, I'm open to all possibilities that come into my life right now. But then if you're saying no to every opportunity coming your way, or if you're not putting yourself in a space where things can come to you, can you see how there's a contradiction there? And I'm feeling that contradiction that you most likely have had for, I'm saying, the last year, 2, 3 years. Actually, do you know what? Spirit's just called me to this too. So 2 years. You've been moving through challenges and changes and insights, and it was all calling you to this aligning of a known truth that you couldn't embody. So Spirit said a known truth that you couldn't embody. Now that's going to be on different levels for all of you. This is a general reading, Cancer. Now Spirit's asking me to explain that. So what is meant by that is that our soul is not restricted by the earthly realm, if you like. Oh, thank you, Spirit. That's the word I was looking for. Other realms, different realms that you'll be seeing, visiting in dreams, in your mind, in meditation, different realms. Thank you, Spirit. So going back now to aligning, our soul doesn't have the boundaries that our body and mind do. Our souls have lived forever. It's eternal. It's all that is. But this mind and this body that you have in this lifetime is just that. It's new. It's here for the first time. And it has so much to learn and to grow and to evolve. And so your soul kind of, you know, your soul's almost like the magnet that draws you to move in certain directions. And we have our free will in that. That's why the journey sometimes takes so long, because our minds and our body are, spiritually speaking, are very immature. They're very young, and they have their own way, if you like. They get caught up in the things of this world because they are of this world. So those things are important to them. Your soul is not of this world. Your soul, for want of a better way of explaining it, uses this world to experience what it wants to remember or know or understand, not on an intellectual high level, but on a very physical, I want to say, like, it wants to know the contrast. The soul knows what it knows. It knows that it is part of everything. It knows that it is in the one. It knows how magnificent it is. In order to know how magnificent you are, you also need to know the other side of that coin. Because if you can only see magnificence and you have nothing to compare it to, what does magnificence actually mean? You know, if just to bring it to very basic, let's compare colours. If we have red, but there's no other colour, there's just red, there's nothing to compare it to anything. Everything would just be red. So there wouldn't even be a need to give it a name, because you wouldn't talk about it because there's nothing else. But red becomes interesting when you put it next to other colours. That's the sense of what your spirit comes here on earth to do. It's not to compare itself with other things, but it's to see itself in comparison with other things. And there's Spirit's asking me to say there's a very subtle difference in that, but there's a very important difference in that. So you can compare yourself to others. So let's go back to these colours, Cancer. You can compare yellow and red, but you can compare that to understand the difference between them. You can say they're both warm, but red has a deep feeling to it, and yellow has very light-filled energy to it. That is very different than saying, well, red next to yellow is not as bright, or it's not a nice colour. So when we compare ourselves to others, it's either to see lack in others or lack in ourselves. So there's judgment in it. Thank you, Spirit. There's judgment in it. But when you compare two things with no judgment, just with interest, just in a way of explaining the differences between two things, it's a complete different energy, and that's how your soul experiences things. Now, going back to this alignment, so your soul doesn't need to do anything. It doesn't need to grow. It doesn't need to change. It doesn't need to evolve. Its primary role, if you like, role is not the right word, Spirit's saying, but it's a word we believe you'll understand. But that's its primary function, is to experience. That's why we are all here. It's to experience. And it is calling your young body and mind, and it doesn't matter how old you are, because when you compare, even if you're 100, you compare 100 years to the infinite, it's a blink of an eye, isn't it? Like, it's not even a blink of an eye. It's barely registerable. And there's this sense that your body and your mind this month, Cancer, it's like, I want to say, taking a leap that much closer to where your soul is. Now, Spirit's again asking me to explain that. What does that mean? It's not that your soul's over here and your body's over here and you have to go and reintegrate with it. It's not that. It's just that with words we are limited in how we can explain things. Your soul is in you, around you. It's part of everything. It is so expansive that you cannot contain it. It is like source. It is everything and therefore nothing. It is all that it is, and more than our minds can often grasp. We can understand it. I can sit here and find words to share it with you, but when we stop and think of how, I want to say, big or never ending that is, we can barely grasp that notion. We can barely see that big. And there's a sense this month, Cancer, that your physical body and your mind, your psychic, your psyche, your I want to say your brain, but that's not quite right. It's more your mind, your ego. It's almost like it's, thank you, Spirit, it's gained a greater understanding that makes the separation that you imagine or feel, or some of you might even see, between where you are and where you think your soul is guiding you, narrows. And there's this sense of being cracked open. There's this sense of walking through this portal, because you're going to see so much further, so much bigger than you ever have before. And I like the 2 here. Our Spirit earlier was saying, you know, there's probably a journey over the next couple of months, so April and May. But this 2 is partnerships, and it's, you know, collaborations, it's joint ventures. And there's a sense of, I just got, you're not doing this alone, even though you are. You will not feel alone. And I'm going to go so far, Cancer, as to say, for the first time in your life, you feel surrounded by serenity, love, joy, peace, abundance. And this energy is now tangible for you. You will feel guided, but you will feel it. It's not you having to say to yourself, no, I believe I am guided. Yes, I believe I am guided. And then something will happen and you won't trust in that situation. You will go back into control or avoid, but these 2 months, and it's a big thing in April. So it starts, I believe it's 2 months, but it starts in April. I just saw the 34 of the hummingbird spirit, be here now. The 3 and the 4 is 7 in numerology, and we are working a 7-year this year. The 2023 is a 7-year. So this is going to be huge in April. It will run over into May, but this is going to, the effects of this is going to carry you through the rest of the year. It is going to tint the rest of your year, because you will sense the presence, the presence of all that is, however you want to call it, your spirit guides, spirit source, God, your higher self, your angels, your spirit animals, your ancestors, however you connect with the unseen, their presence. And even the Spirit saying to me, Cancer, even if you don't quite believe in that, or you're not sure how you feel about that now, you're going to be cracked open, and you will feel this presence that carries you through in a big way. Now, Spirit's asking me to go to the tarot, and he wants me to do a quick summary. So this brings us to the star. It's going to be a time of great healing, which will lead you to a time of moving forward really successfully. This is going to be a time of manifesting those things that have eluded you for so long, and it brings you to the King of Pentacles, where you have enough resources, energy, everything to then be able to put that out in the world. I love how the tarot have presented itself. Now, if you've been following me for a while, Cancer, you know that the major arcana, which is the Star and the Magician, the major arcana to me is how Spirit co-creates with us. We co-create with God, with the universe. The major arcana shows me what Spirit is helping you with, guiding you towards, stepping in, taking care of. And the minor arcana is how we co-create with Spirit. So it's sort of what we need to do, or what we need to be aware of, or things that we need to change or move towards. And I love in your reading, now I can't remember if it's been all of them, maybe Gemini didn't get it, but I think Aries and Taurus had 2 of each, or it was like major, minor, major. Like there was this real balance in this co-creative spirit. Now this star is the universe bringing you in healing. Also, the star for me is how we're seen in the world, how others see us. You know, it's a bit like, you know, a movie star, if you like. You know, they're very visible. People know they're there. They're interested in them. We're fascinated by their lives or by what they do, or and if we're not fascinated, we're probably a little curious. But there's this sense of people will be noticing you. People will be looking to you for something, and it could be something that starts off as curiosity, like, gosh, they've really changed, what's up with them? And then might approach you. And so there's a sense here that I feel like I'm getting a sense like Spirit's going to say there's just going to be these random people that come into your life, and they'll talk to you. They'll feel comfortable talking to you, but they'll also be interested in you, and from your point of view, for no apparent reason. But there's an energy in you, Cancer, this change, this opening up. People be like, I don't know what it is about that person, but I'm drawn to them. And that's the energy you're going to have to other people. They'll feel drawn to you. Now, I do believe that Spirit is bringing these people into your life because there may be someone that you meet that says something, offers you something, or something grows from it, like into a friendship or something like that, that moves you on your way in a successful way. Spirit is also bringing you a lot of healing. The Star card is really deep healing. It's balancing the emotions. It's almost like, you know, if there's too much water, there's too much emotion, it's taking that and it's watering the earth that might be a bit parched. It's, you know, it's like giving to your body that might be tired and worn out. So instead of all the energy being in one area of you, it spreads the energy around. It's like balancing your chakras. You know, an overactive chakra is just as detrimental to your whole physique as an under. And so there's this sense that we don't want anything to be more or anything to be less. Balance means there's give or take, but there's equal proportions of everything. There's equal energies in everything. And I feel that's what Spirit's doing. And I feel this is a sense of alignment, because Spirit showed me the chakras, and I've still got the image of the chakras in my mind, and that is, as I'm talking, that's still the image that's in my mind. So there's this sense of balancing. There's this sense as well of, you know, when you look at the chakras, that's balancing the energy of the earthly plane and the energies of the heavenly planes, of the tangible and the intangible. So there's that balancing as you open to not giving energy to just one or the other. So I just got a very interesting message, or just interesting insight for you, Cancer. For some of you, this can be the other way around. You have been so focused on your spirituality. You've been growing and evolving so much on such a deep level. You've connected with your guides. You feel Source around you. You know that you could be in the middle of nowhere all by yourself, and you are not alone. But in that, there's been an unbalanced energy because you've forgotten what's of this earth. So you might be neglecting your body. You might be neglecting Spirit wants me to say your mind, but I was just asking, well, that's confusing. So, but it's explained it to me. So Spirit says when we grow spiritually and we connect spiritually, that is not technically our mind, but our mind does play a big part in it, because our mind is what enables us to begin the thought, and then we kind of get carried through and we let go of the ego, and then it comes from this higher place. But there's this sense that for some of you, you've left your body and your mind behind, and now they need to be put to work in the real world. So your body needs to be cared for and looked after. And your mind, the sense of your mind is almost like there are earthly things that need your attention, like are there bills to pay? their emails to write. There's that analytical mind that has kind of been dropped, and you need to pick that up again to move forward in this physical world. So I like the message of that twofold. And this alignment is guiding you to success. It's guiding you really to move forward, and look where it's moving you. It's almost like the star is healing the past to bring you movement and success that moves you forward. And Spirit's saying that forward movement is not what you need to focus on. It's this healing and this manifesting now that you need to focus on. What you will do will happen automatically. You don't have to strive to do that. You don't have to figure out how to do that. The minute you grow and heal, you will automatically start moving forward. Because the minute you have this healing and you move forward, there's success coming in. There's this sense of, and I feel this success is maybe not out in the world yet. I feel this could be you moving forward in your hopes and dreams and aligning with those, and maybe reinforcing to yourself that, yes, I can do this. I know that this dream is not silly. It's not, I can't see how to achieve it yet, but I will. This forward movement, this understanding, this, I'm even seeing it like a fresh start, like he's come back from war. He's victorious. And now he moves forward in his life with this confidence that he maybe never had before. And that confidence, Cancer, brings you the Magician. This Magician is as above, so below. This is my card of manifestation. This is Spirit saying, if you believe it, if you truly trust, and if you walk the talk, like if you talk your walk, and I almost want to say, if you walk and talk your belief, you'll be manifesting like, you'll have the Midas touch. You'll be turning things to gold before you know it. Just even little things. I just got the image of a cookbook. It's like every meal you make will be made with love, and therefore it might be something so simple and silly, but people will be like, oh, this is the best, because the love that's gone into it, the energy that's gone into it, that's what people are feeding on. And I think that's what's drawing people to you. And this manifesting, this knowing you can manifest, trusting what you can manifest, brings you the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, the kings have received so much that they are now in a position to give back to the world. Now the King of Pentacles is the most grounded king. He is grounded in this reality, in the earth reality. So he has received money, jobs, a business, people, it can even be something like, knowledge that then he can actually give back to the world. So there's a sense of, I'm in a place where I have so much I can now give. And this hummingbird spirit is saying that the healing and the manifesting can only be done in the now. So there's this sense of be present, especially in April. Especially in April, because I think this journey is April's journey. It's almost like week 1, you'll be healing. Week 2, you'll have this gained confidence that is going to really change the way you do things or you see yourself, and that's going to put you in a place where you really believe that you can manifest your dreams. You really believe that you can move forward, and then bang, the 4th week shows you how much you have to give to the world, how much you are of service. And there's almost a sense that it'll be interesting to see how a maid pans out for you, but there's almost this sense that this, I feel, just starts all over again, and you expand and you grow even more. And to finish your reading, Cancer, we have values and we have strength. Your values are what you consider important in your life. Knowing what your values are is important when considering your purpose. Otherwise, you may take a job or pursue an option that doesn't align with your highest interest. Take time to write out your values and keep them near your heart. What were we saying about aligning? You know, there is this real sense of aligning. And you are going to know what's important. You are going to know what fuels you, Cancer. You're just going to know. And there's no second guessing. There's no doubts. Strength. Anchor into your inner strength to follow your dreams and make a difference in the world. Call on your rebel nature to carve your own meaningful path, and listen first to the intuitive nudges within you. Stay strong, steady, and fearless on your course. It's all this energy, isn't it? This King of Pentacles is you giving back. It's being of service to the world. It's making a difference in the world. And that's that energy where people are going to see you. And you won't be doing anything special. But there's just this energy that surrounds you now, Cancer, that changes everything. Oh my gosh, such a powerful reading. And I'm sorry I've run completely over time of what I normally do, but there was just so many messages, and I just feel with so much importance they just had to come through, my friends. I'm going to leave you there, my beautiful Cancerians. Take good care of yourselves. Love and light, my friends. Embrace what's coming. Embrace the feelings, the energy feelings that you get. They don't lie. They are guiding you. See you next time. Bye.